The season, we get to catch up with the head men's basketball coach here at Taylor University. His name is Josh Andrews. He enters his sixth season tonight as the Trojans take on Northwestern Ohio here inside Odell Arena. Can you believe it's been 6 years already that year 6 is starting right now? It feels like you and I just got here about a week ago.
Rick, we're getting old, man. Time flies, and I've accomplished a lot of good things in that time. Very grateful for the time here and the coaches I've been fortunate to work with, the people at Taylor, certainly the guys that make up our program. So it's always special, and opening night is always a special time.
16 and 15 a year ago, 2 years removed from a trip to the national tournament. A lot of close games last year that went your way 2 years ago, did not go your way a season ago. How is maybe last year's, as some people might call, a step back from what you did 2 years ago, motivated the guys in practice leading up to tonight's opener?
Yeah, every year's different, so that might be something I've learned more than anything now in 14 years being a coach. Every year is different, situations are different, guys have to adapt, coaches have to adapt in terms of culture and preparation. What doesn't change is that these guys are going to want to beat us tonight, and they're going to try real hard. And we've been preparing well and doing all the things we need to do. It really comes down to not getting too caught up in what expectations are or what the goals and desires are. It really is doing the day well. So our guys have to play Taylor basketball for 40 minutes, or if it required more of that. And we always talk about having great team attitude and a winning work ethic and having an emotional toughness. We want that to be on display. So while we learn a lot of lessons from last year, it is a brand new year. We like our guys, and we want to see what they're about starting tonight.
Two of your lead dogs, your two starting guards in Ryan Robinson and Mason Degenkolb. Mason, a freshman All-American 2 years ago. Ryan lit the world on fire a year ago as a sophomore. How have they taken their games to a new level now with both guys being towards the top of each team's scouting report?
Sure. Yeah, I think they're aware of that. You know, that they're very self-aware of what their game is and what they need to do for us to be effective. We can't hide them from anybody. Both strengths and weaknesses, they've got to be able to play to the best of their abilities, and we need them every night. I think that might be the area where they have the best chance to grow, and that they've learned just from last spring to now, as it starts this new year, is that there are no secrets, and we need them every day. They need to bring the best that they have every day. And so we're counting on them to do that. And those guys will be a huge part of the outcomes this year, just how well they stay engaged and lead.
Your three seniors, Emmanuel Blotton, Jake Hagelin, and Evan Crow, they've played in a lot of games, been in pretty much every situation you can think of. What's their leadership going to mean to this team this year to get you guys back to the national tournament, with Jake and Evan both playing in those games 2 years ago?
No, exactly. Those guys have been around. Emmanuel was a redshirt during that 16-17 year, and all three of those guys play a very unique and different role, and we need all three of them. We need every guy in our program. Those three guys as seniors, we need there to demonstrate the care, in terms of how they work at their game and how engaged they stay throughout the year, and then the way that they lead their lives. Those are sharp men, quality students, quality leaders, and each of them has a component to our success on the floor when it comes to just basketball talent and role. And so we have high expectations for them, and we expect their leadership to be great. And I do think as they go, it'll play a major part in hopefully a legacy season, a banner year that we think these guys have capabilities for.
Last thing is we catch up with the head coach of the Trojans, Josh Andrews, before the opener tonight against Northwestern Ohio. The Racers only bring back 4 guys from a year ago, a team that you fell in double overtime at their place back in December. What's the most important thing, or most important couple of things you want your guys to focus on tonight in the season opener?
Yeah, you want to win. That'd be really nice, but you're trying to establish the identity of your team, and you think you know it, and you scrimmage, and you go through the preseason, and we had a great summer, and then all the things that go on there. But guys, it kind of falls into place in these first few weeks, and you're able to assess as a coach and make the adjustments, and the players have to do the same. There's a real adaptability that's required to grow a team this time of year, and we haven't spent too much focus on what UNOH does. We know they'll be gritty, that we know they have some size. It was a great match up over there last year, and they eked it out. Tough loss for us, but 2 fresh teams this year, and we're going to find out a lot tonight at 7 p.m. And we hope that this Trojan squad is noted for their passion and their grit. We really want to see that tonight.
Should be a packed house, should be a lot of fun, and I'm sure we'll be able to talk about maybe some of your freshmen after the game as well. We'll let them play their first college game, and then we'll talk about them. Josh, good luck tonight against UNOH.
Rick, thanks so much, as always.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Good evening and welcome here to Odell Arena. It's now time to join our public address announcer, Tanner Huber, for tonight's starting lineups for tonight's contest between Taylor and Northwestern Ohio.
Integrity, responsibility, sportsmanship. sportsmanship, and servant leadership to create a positive environment throughout tonight's contest. We will not be playing the national anthem before this game, as we did it before the first game tonight. So now for tonight's starting lineups. First for the visitors from Northwestern Ohio. At guard, 6'2" sophomore from Sydney, Ohio, number 1, Nathan Hudson. At guard, 6'4" freshman from Binghamton, Ohio, number 4, Jack Montez. At guard, 6'4" sophomore from Pico, North Carolina, number 24, Rosie Mercer. At 4, the 6'8" senior from Pico, Ohio, 25, Chris Matthew. And at guard, 6'3" junior from Hawthorne, Michigan, number 38, Taylor Weaver. The Roosters are coached by Caleb Williams and assisted by Josh Brown and Missy Williams. And now, fans, get underneath for the start line for your Taylor Roosters! At guard, 5'10" junior from Binghamton, Ohio, number 13, Ryan Robinson. At guard, 6'1" junior from Tipton, Indiana, number 15, Mason Diggins. At 4, the 6'5" freshman from Miamisburg, Ohio, number 24, Jason Hubbard. At 4, the 6'7" senior from Lee, Illinois, number 25, Jake Hagelin. And finally, at 4, the 6'4" sophomore from Northwestern Ohio, number 31, James McBride. Your Trojans are coached by Josh Andrews. He's assisted by Rudy Bell and Kyle Stidham.
So we are ready to go here from Odell Arena. Mackey and Hagelin jump, and the 2018-2019 season is underway with Jason Hubbard making his first career start, the freshman out of Miamisburg, Ohio. Left side high to Olsby Mercer. They'll bounce it right in to the big fella Mackey. Turns around, 10-foot jumper clean from the right wing over Hagelin. One shot, one bucket here, and here comes the Taylor offense the other way. With Robinson, the dynamic point guard, running it. Near side defended by Montez. Right side Hagelin screen will pass up to the corner and Hubbard. Right hand dribble by Hubbard and a reach-in foul against Eubank. 29 seconds in. And a quick foul against Eubank, his first and the first one against UNOH. They're led by Caleb Williams in his second season. The Trojans led by sixth-year head coach Josh Andrews. Mercer will guard the inbounds pass. Near side hash mark sent in by McLeod. He gets back from Robinson. Block left, this is Hagelin. Right-hand dribble by the big fella. Jake right into the paint, trying to go up and our bulldoze his way, and that shot blocked out of there by Mackey Jr. 10 seconds to shoot. Taylor on their opening possession. They attack the basket to our right. They're in white. They trail 2-0 here to start against UNOH. Robinson into McLeod. A handoff back to Robinson with 8. With 7, with 6, Hubbard at the top, fakes the 3 with 5, drives, goes right down the line, dishing down to Hagelin for a right-hand glasser right before the shot clock expires. Hagelin's dorm across from us, the guys from the Sammy Moore's dorm get rowdy across from us, and it's a 2-2 ball game a minute in. Montez drives against Hagelin, hanging, missing, rebounding is Hubbard for Taylor. Here comes Robinson with red shirts in front of him. He'll slightly attack. Here's the far sideline, Degenkolb 3 long, but Hagelin skies the haul and the miss on the offensive carom. Robinson directing traffic out to the near sideline, defended by Montez. Left side screen, Hagelin. He'll get it back from Robinson and then hands it right on back to the dynamic 13 in white. Robinson lost his dribble and scoops it right back up, 15 to shoot. Right hand into the paint, falling down, floating to the baseline, right is Hubbard. Jason pulls up, 5-footer, how about that? First shot, first bucket for Jason Hubbard, the former Ohio State high jump champion. 4-2 the Taylor lead, not bad, a little 10-foot J from the baseline right for Jason Hubbard. Lessing to the near sideline, this will be Montez, defended by Robinson, high middle screen, Mackey. Montez down the lane, goes up off the high glass, and our game is tied at 4 on Montez's first field goal of the evening.
up and down basketball here to start. 4-4 our tie with 2 minutes into half number 1. McLeod, far sideline, Degenkolb. McLeod set for a screen and a traveling violation against Mason Degenkolb. First turnover against either side. Degenkolb will get up off the floor and go back to the other end. Taylor donning new white uniforms this season. Purple numbers, purple letters trimmed in gold with the gold and purple piping down the side. UNOH in the road red with white racers spelled across the front in white with white numbers also trimmed in black. Montez far sideline, fakes to his left, pulls up from 10 after driving to his right, and Montez has hit back-to-back field goals. He's got 4, and UNOH regains the lead. They're up 6-4. UNOH 3 for 4 from the floor to start. Taylor 2 for 4. Degenkolb. Here's McLeod, steps in from 18. A head fake, pulls up, league logo, jump shot halfway in and out, and a good little look there from James McLeod. Rebounded by Eubank of UNOH, defended up top. This is Hubbard guarding him. Mackey up top, he fakes the 3. Not a three-point shooter, pulls in, long 2. Nope, back rim. This goes off of rebounded by McLeod, and then Robinson rips it through contact near sideline. Taylor down by 2, attacking the basket to our right. Robinson into the paint, right-hand floater, and we're tied at 6 on Ryan Robinson's first field goal of the night. 3 minutes into half number 1, 6-6 our score between Northwestern Ohio and TU. UNOH attacking the basket to our right in front of a packed house of students across from us, and then Hubbard whistled for the reach-in foul. First on the freshman, Jason Hubbard. 3 different players have scored for Taylor: Robinson, Hubbard, and Hageland. Montez with 4 of the 6 for UNOH. Mercer had their first basket on their opening possession. Eubank takes the inbounds pass, high middle screen set by the aforementioned Mercer. Still dribbling, then off to the near sideline it comes to Montez, who has the last 4 for UNOH. Here's Mackey, who got their first 2, trying to take Hageland off the bounce, dribbles off of his foot and gets it back. 6 to shoot for Northwestern Ohio. Lesser tried to give it off to Eubanks, now 3. Montez drives, right hand scoop is good, and he scored the last 6 in a row for Northwestern Ohio, and UNOH goes back in front 8-6 on a pretty little move by Montez with the shot clock dwindling. Taylor from right to left in white. McLeod hands off to Degenkolb. The former All-American, the preseason third-team player of third-team All-Crossroads League. Goes in, through contact, a shot blocked from behind by Mackey. That's his second rejection. Here comes UNOH the other way, trying to take their first 2-possession lead of the night. Montez has had the hot hand and a whistle and moving screen on Willis Mackey. His first team second. And here comes Emmanuel Boatin in for TU to replace Hageland. So the Trojans, a long lineup out there with McLeod at 6'4", Boatin at 6'5", and Hubbard, no slouch, at 6'5" as well. And then you have the speedsters in Robinson and Degenkolb running the guard spots. Taylor down by 2, 4 minutes into half number 1 season opener. An off-ball foul called against Nathan Lessing as he got tied up with Degenkolb as he tried to run him off of an off-ball screen. And that'll bring us to our first media timeout of the night. 15:58 remaining here in the half number 1 of the season opener. Taylor with the ball out of this timeout. They trail Northwestern Ohio 8-6 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com. $15:58 remaining here in half number 1. Taylor with the ball down 8-6. They'll get it in baseline right. McLeod fakes the handoff, drives right in. Shot was blocked from behind by the 7-footer Ander Perez.
and McLeod will go to the line for 2. He fakes the handoff in the corner to Robinson. They ran that play on their first inbounds play of the night, and McLeod spun and went in on the baseline right. He'll go to the line twice with an opportunity to tie our game at 8. James, as a freshman a year ago, shot 63% from the line. First one is up and perfect. First free throws from either team tonight. James is also, if you can notice, he is really filled out. He's been hitting the weights hard. Clocks in at 175, but he has a lot more definition, is a lot more of a muscular fella. This one hits the front rim. Hubbard gets it back, goes in. He's trying to go up and over the 7'2" Perez, who blocks his shot, staring right at him. And then Perez has a couple extra words for Hubbard as they run back to the other end. 8-7, the UNOH lead. Again, they have an opportunity to take their first 2-possession lead, or their first lead over 2 on the night. Fronting the post was Boitton. He's called for the foul, trying to get around the 7'2" Spaniard, Ander Perez. Here come 2 more Trojans in, actually make it 3 for TU. It'll be Vincent Miranda to replace Robinson, CJ Pena to come in to replace McLeod. I thought I saw Evan Crow down there. They bring Evan back. Laji Samora in for UNOH. He replaces Montez. So Pena, Hubbard, the freshman, the junior Degenkolb, the senior Boitton, and the sophomore Miranda out there for TU. UNOH gets it into Eubank, quickly near side to Mercer, trying to take Pena off the bounce. Got to the mid-post right, throws it up crazily off the glass. Boitton trying to rip it away from Perez. It's fought for and then ripped out of traffic by Emmanuel Boitton. Here comes Degenkolb. He's got Miranda to his right. Taylor down 1. He gives it to Miranda for a right-hand finger roll. Beautifully done by the Trojans. And Taylor leads for the first time tonight, 9-8. UNOH trying to go back on the other end. Shot was missed and ripped out of traffic by Jason Hubbard. It was Samora who missed it. And Taylor, if they get out on the open floor, they are a dangerous bunch with the ball in their hands. Now Crow comes to the scorer's table. Miranda to the far sideline, and Degenkolb, a head fake and drive. Trying to go up and under. He's caught on the right elbow, outside the arc. Boitton measures a long 2, that one long, and ripped down on the weak side by Mercer of UNOH. He floats it up the floor to Lessing. He goes in around Miranda for a right-hand layup that's missed, and the glass is cleaned by the left hand of Emmanuel Boitton. Here comes Degenkolb, right sideline. Taylor with the ball in a 1-point lead. Degenkolb gallops in off the glass high, and that one glassed in for 2 for Mason Degenkolb. And Taylor on a 4-0 jaunt, lead by 3, 11-8, with 14:30 remaining in half number 1. Samora defended by Miranda on the near sideline. Between the circles to Mercer. Pena defends him in the man-to-man. Lessing, the sophomore from Sydney, Ohio, moves to his left as his head coach Caleb Williams screams out something to our left. Perez against the shorter Boitton, a little right-hand hook, spins off the rim, and there's another rebound for Emmanuel Boitton, his 3rd. Degenkolb galloping to the left side high, little shoulder shake, he drives in with a right-hand finish that just dances off the rim as it got right to the cup from the left side. Near sideline, Eubank. Hubbard forces him to the middle. Eubank down the left sideline. He goes up. His shot might have been altered. And here comes a rebound by Miranda. A 3-on-2. Miranda. No look dish to Pena as he threw it a bullet. And Pena was not ready for it. He thought Miranda might take that one in for a right-hand finish. And here comes Evan Crow in for the Trojans, replacing Jason Hubbard. A rousing ovation for the senior Crow. So far, Taylor's played, 9 players just over 6 minutes into the season opener. They have a 11-8 lead on a 4-0 run. Perez, the big fellow, to the far sideline, and Samora. Baseline left is Lessing, trying to back down Degenkolb. He's triple team down low to Perez for a wide open right-hand layup. Perez brings UNOH to within 1, down 11-10. That stops the 4-0 Taylor run. Miranda hands off to Crow to the far sideline, and Degenkolb, who will run the point, with his tag team partner Robinson on the bench for the time being. Robinson does not Degenkolb pulls up, walks right in from 10 feet, off the high back part of the rim, off the floor, rebounded by Pena of Taylor. Miranda for 3, that one long, and Perez easily down there for the rebound. Taylor 0 for 2 from 3-point distance to start. Neither team has actually hit a 3-point try so far. Lessing in over 3 defenders, a little scoop, and through traffic is good for 2. 4-0 run by UNOH puts them back in front by a single tally, up 12-11. Just over 7 minutes in here to the half number 1. Left side circle, Degenkolb. Pena pops out far sideline. He fires a deep 3 that brings rain. It's missed. Perez had it knocked out of his hands, but it went right to the arms of his teammate Eubank. Taylor 0 for 3. Other end crashing in his Eubank, and a block is called against Mason Degenkolb as his heels just might have been inside the restricted area. First on Mason, second against Taylor here in the first half. Justin Koepp into the game. Freshman from Ohio with 2 free throws. 6'7" freshman. First free throws of the night for Northwestern Ohio. First one, a rainbow that hits hard off the front rim and will bounce in for 1. Isaac Golson and Bailey Gardner in for Northwestern Ohio. Mason Degenkolb goes to the bench. Ryan Robinson returns. We'll reset the lineups here in a moment. A 5-0 run right now for Northwestern Ohio. Kept trying to make it a 6-0 run, and he cannot as his free throw dances off. And then over the back called against Perez as he was boxed out down low by the shorter Emmanuel Boatin. Second on Ander Perez, the 5th one against Northwestern Ohio here in the first half. Taylor with the ball, down by 2, 13-11, with 12:35 remaining in half 1 of the season opener. They go from right to left to the Trojans. Here comes Robinson angling in around Perez, missed it, and then Boatin will finish at the rim with a finish with a right hand. Boatin's first field goal ties the game at 13. That brings some juice here inside Odell Arena. Zamora trying to back down Miranda from the arc. Popping out for help is Gardner on the right side circle. High middle screen Perez. Gardner stops. Back to Zamora. Off balance 3. Front rim hits the floor. Miranda will snatch it away. Here's Robinson galloping on a 4-on-3 break. Robinson waits for reinforcements. Boatin will beat Perez down to the other end. 13-13 our score. 11:50 to go, or 58 to go in half 1. Here's the baseline. Robinson fires to the corner. Pena fakes, and he's called for the travel from the near side. Hagelin returns for Taylor. Same thing with Willis Mackey. He replaces the 7-2 Perez. Boatin exits for Taylor. Hagelin, Pena, Miranda, Robinson, and Crow, the 5 for TU. Golson Jr., Zamora, Mackey, Koepp, and Gardner, the 5 out there for UNOH. 13 all tie, 11:47 remaining before half. And Pena called for the bump on the far sideline. First on CJ, 4th one against Taylor here at half 1. Zamora will get it in baseline left. Ball tapped away. Crow will save it from the far side corner. Nice turnover by the pogo sticking Crow. Robinson up the floor trying to give Taylor the lead again. He accelerates all the way in. Down low to Hagelin for a 2-hand dunk. Second field goal for the big fella as Robinson went accelerating down the end and dish it off to 25 in white. Taylor back in front by 2, 15-13. Zamora trying to shake away from Miranda. Pena guards him. Bouncing to the corner. 3 ball on the way. Golson off the top of the glass and rebounded by Miranda. Both teams 0 for 5 combined to start. Hagelin out running. Ball low. It's intercepted and saved to Zamora. The Taylor fans screamed. They thought the ball was out of bounds. Zamora all the way on the other end stops. Finds a trailing and it's intercepted and dropped by Mackey. Two teams trading turnovers. Miranda jogging far sideline. Fakes the screen, drives right in. He'll throw it open to Robinson for a 3, and that one's just long even though it was on target. And then Miranda called for the foul as he went leaping into the air, battling for the rebound with Koepp. So neither team has been able to dial in from long range. The Trojans 0 for 4, and Northwestern Ohio 0 for 2. McLeod back in to replace Pena. Exiting for UNOH, Zamora, along with Koepp. So it's McLeod, Miranda, Robinson, Crow, and Hagelin. 2 sophomores, the junior Robinson, and the 2 seniors, Hagelin and Crow. Mackey, Mercer, Gardner, Eubank, and Golson, the 5 out there for UNOH. Here's Mackey holding inside the arc, left wing, pivoting as Crow pesters at the ball, out to an open 3-point try, which is short. Neither team is still yet to hit a 3. McLeod knocks away, rolls to the end line, saved, and then the ball slapped out of there by Robinson. Then kicked away by Northwestern Ohio, and then it's pricked up by Vincent Miranda. 5-on-4 break to the corner, and Crow, a contested 3 from the corner is good for Evan Crow. First 3-point basket made of the night, and Evan Crow, the sharpshooter out of Ohio, makes it an 18-13 Taylor lead on a full timeout for Northwestern Ohio with 10:22 to go in the first half.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Back to action here out of the full Northwestern Ohio timeout. They have the ball down by 5. It's their largest deficit of the night here against Taylor. Right side circle pass. Gardner thought about it, now gives off to Mackey. An 8-foot jumper, clean over Hegeland. First field goal for Willis Mackey. And it draws, UNOH to within 3, less than 10 to go here in the first half. Robinson dribbling right side. There's a Hegeland right side screen that Robinson takes, picks up the bounce. Top of the key, McLeod fakes a long 2, drives into the lane, stripped out of his hands, off the floor, picked up by Crow, trying to work it around, and he'll go out of bounds and stay here with Taylor as Evan was pestered on the baseline to our left. So Degenkolb in for the Trojans. Evan Crow's been battling an injury, and now Hubbard will come to the scorer's table. I was going to say before Crow exits that this was the starting 5 we thought that the Trojans might have at the beginning of the year before Crow suffered that injury, was cleared yesterday and has been working his way back in. 12 to shoot. Robinson gets it in baseline right. Degenkolb denied a 3. Now 10 to shoot. Taylor with the ball up 3 with 8 with 7. Right, Degenkolb drives into the air, off the glass, and 2 more for Mason Degenkolb. 4 for the former All-American, and Taylor goes back in front by 5 on a nice take by Degenkolb. Almost mispronounced his last name, and his sister Taylor might come looking for my head on that. Eubank dribbles to the top to the near sideline. He holds against Hubbard. Man-to-man defense for TU between the circles. This is Gardner. Far sideline, Mercer. Defended by McLeod. Runs through the high middle screen of Mackey. 11 to shoot here for UNOH. Mid-post left Mackey trying to take Hegeland off the bounce. His right-hand set-put shot is short and rebounded by Robinson. And here comes Taylor off to the races, leading by 5. 9:01 to go in the half. Far sideline to McLeod. Left-hand dribble defended by Mercer in the man-to-man. Right wing inside the arc, Hegeland backing his man down. Left hand spins over that left shoulder, off the glass, and Hegeland muscles in 2 more. 6 for Jake Hegeland, and he leads the game in that category. And Taylor takes a game-high lead of 7 at 22-15 here in the home opener and season opener. UNOH reversing the ball around the arc. Montez, they look mid-post left to Mackey. Defended by Hegeland. Now Mackey wants to bank, spins, right-hand hook, front rim, no. Rebounded by Hubbard of Taylor. And now Degenkolb will gallop up the middle. Brings it to the left side circle, between the legs dribble, trying to go down the lane against Mackey. Mid-post right, he stops. He's trying to slip it on through, and that pass ripped out of there by Eubank on a tough pass from Degenkolb. McLeod marks Eubank on the near side. To the free throw line, Eubank goes, throwing it up top, almost now slapped away by Robinson. Catch and shoot 3, Montez right side circle is perfect. Montez now with a game-high 9. He draws UNOH to within 4, down 22-18 on their first made 3-point basket of the afternoon, or of the evening. The two teams 2 for 9 combined from 3-point range. Robinson maneuvers to the right side. Montez defends him. Degenkolb fires a 3 around the screen. It's long and rebounded off the floor by Jason Hubbard. Right wing to Hegeland. He'll turn and fire from 10. Right in Mackey's grill for another deuce. 8 for Hegeland. He's got that soft touch from 2, and he shows Mackey what he can do on the other end. Taylor back in front by 6, 24-18. Mercer, far sideline, Eubank. Right side screen, he won't take it. Got him to the free throw line. Now up top, right side circle, this is Montez. Tries a crossover, Degenkolb goes in, bulldozing his way in, missed the shot, ball tapped around, and Robinson will scoop it up. He looks at red jerseys in front. Will he want to attack? Yeah, he skips, he scoops, he scores, he's fouled, and then he does a little jig and a little shoulder shimmy on the near side. Oh, look at Ryan Robinson go. It's 26-18 Taylor with 7:11 to go in the first half, and Robinson starting to cook. And a timeout taken by Northwestern Ohio. Eubank, the guilty party on his second foul. The 6th one against Northwestern Ohio with 30-second timeout. We will pause momentarily. 7:11 to go in the half. Taylor up 26-18.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com.
Ryan to the line to complete the and one. Last year, 89% his career sophomore year, and he hits that one. 5 for Robinson. Mackey out for UNOH, and Kep back in for the Racers. A 27-18 Taylor lead, their largest one here of the night. As now Robinson will stand in the backcourt, apply a little light pressure. Zamora, Montez, Lessing the guards. To go with Mercer and Kep the forwards for UNOH. Taylor counters with Degenkolb, Robinson, McLeod, Boatin, and Hubbard. A lot of length and some speed out there for Taylor as they go to the 2-3 zone. Near sideline, Montez picks up the dribble and comes back to the near sideline into the corner. Open, Lessing 3-ball. Nope, rebounded by McLeod of Taylor. He was the only one there on the other side. Both teams have struggled to shoot the 3 tonight. UNOH 1 for 5, Taylor 1 for 6. Taylor with the rock going from right to left. They lead by 9. Robinson almost a blow by, draws 2 defenders. Contested 2-point jumper. Nope, in traffic, hauled down by only those wearing red and Kep. 2-on-2 break with Lessing, trying to cross over Degenkolb, goes in off the glass. Nope, Boatin had it in his hands, missed it. Going up is Kep for the putback. That's an air ball. Lessing gets it weak side, and he gets fouled on the return trip to the hoop. First on James. 6-1 against Taylor. Each team was 6 in the half. And that sends Lessing to the line for 2. As a freshman a year ago, shot 75% from the line. And the first one is good. 3 points for Lessing. Miranda in, replacing Robinson. And one more free throw from Lessing. Northwestern Ohio picked to finish 10th in the WAC out of 11 teams. As Lessing makes the second, 4 points for him. 27-20. The Taylor lead. The Trojans picked to finish 6th in the ultra-competitive Crossroads League. Miranda runs the point and gives off to Boatin. McLeod dribbling, try to give it to Hubbard. He's denied. Back to Hubbard near sideline. Deep 3 in front of the UNOH bench. That one off target right. Glances off the right side of the rim. Hubbard 0 for 2 from three-point land. Racing forward is Montez. Cut off by Hubbard at the top. Driving in is Kep. Almost threw it away. Lessing scoops it up off the parquet floor. Back to Kep in the near side corner. Less than 6 to go before halftime. UNOH with the ball down by 7. Through contact, flipping it up and missing it is Mercer as he got body bumped just inside the free throw line. It's on Emmanuel Boatin. No, it's on McLeod, excuse me. Second on James. 7th one against Taylor in the half. And 2 more free throws here upcoming for UNOH and Olsby Mercer. First one good. Evan Crow returns for Taylor, replacing McLeod. James stepping into that role vacated by Tim Fleming a year ago to guard the best perimeter player. Mercer made the first free throw, and he makes the second. No stranger, last year, the native of the Bahamas as a junior made 83% of his free throws. So Mercer with 3 and Taylor's lead down to 5. 5:45 remaining here in half one. A handoff from Hubbard to Crow. Right side high, Degenkolb, jab step, now puts it on the deck with a right hand, got to the baseline right, through 2 defenders, somehow he put that bad boy in off the glass as Degenkolb leans in, and now he's got 6. 29-22 the Taylor lead with 5:27 and counting before halftime. Zamora, top of the key, around the screen goes Montez. Hubbard cuts him off. Now Montez re-engages, throws that one wildly off the glass, and Degenkolb will snatch it. Taylor on a 3-on-3 break. Degenkolb hesitates. He'll step in from the free throw line and pull it and miss it long, and Crow gets it. Now back to Miranda right side. He'll flip it to the corner. Here's Hubbard measuring a 3. That one's short. Miranda tried to get it snatched away from on top by Mercer, and then it was poked off of his knee by either Crow or Boatin. It stays here with Taylor, a fresh shot clock to work with 30. A 7-point Taylor lead, 29-22. They've trailed 2-0, 6-4, 8-6, and they've not trailed since they took, and 12-11 and 13-11. Since tying the game at 13 and leading 15-13, they have not trailed since. Miranda spins, mid-post left, trying to get it to Boatin, off-target pass right to Kep of UNOH. Another turnover for the Trojans, that's their 6th. Faking the handoff near side is Montez, now picks up the bounce and will bounce it over to Zamora. They reverse it all the way far side to Lessing, off-ball foul called, and it will go against Taylor's Emmanuel Boatin as Kep was posting him up down low on the left block. A hold against Emmanuel Boatin. That's Emmanuel's 2nd, and the 8th one against Taylor here in the first half. Hagelin returns to replace Boatin. Robinson comes in to replace Degenkolb. Kep is shooting the 2 free throws. Mackey will come in to replace him if he can make the second one. But here's the first one. First one of the 1-and-1. Short. Hits off the front rim. Hubbard tried to get it. Saved back in. And this one goes out of bounds. As trying to get that one was Olsby Mercer. It goes out. And now Mackey will be able to come in after the 1-and-1 try was missed. The two teams just 2 for 13 from three-point range. And Taylor with the ball from right to left and White, leading by 7. Robinson, shifty with the ball to the corner, and Hubbard fakes a three, being guarded tightly by Mercer, rips it out of his hands. Now Mercer out and galloping. Hubbard applying pressure in the backcourt, still dribbling, flips it outside, near side to Montez. Up top, faking the three is Mackey, and he walked with it before he could put it on the deck from straight on. 5th turnover by Northwestern Ohio. Taylor with 6. And Taylor gets the ball back. 4:24 remaining in the half, leading 29-22. Taylor shooting 43% from the floor. 32% is Northwestern Ohio. But again, both teams have struggled mightily from three-point range. Each team knocking down just one. They're a combined 2 for 13. Robinson denied, almost knocked away. Then it is knocked away, still loose on the floor. Robinson trying to tie it up. 2 Northwestern Ohio players have it. It was knocked away for a moment. And then Lessing able to pick up the bouncing ball as Robinson had his pocket picked. Back-to-back possessions where Taylor ball handlers have been swiped away with the basketball. Lessing, right sideline, defended by Hubbard. High left side is Montez. Northwestern Ohio will give it off to Mackey. Right wing, baseline right. Hegeland bumps him. Mackey goes in. Soft shot, dances off. Tapped out by Mackey. Rebounded by Taylor's Robinson. Far sideline, 3:45 to go in the half. Robinson crossing over right hand. Down the right side lane. Floater up is short. Hegeland there for the miss. Block right. Hubbard, one dribble off to Miranda. Near sideline to Crow. Little shoulder shimmy. Gets him free. Trying to spin in. Double team comes, and now they find Hubbard up top. 21 to shoot for TU. Little shake from Robinson. Picks it up. Wraps a pass down low. Right wing to Hegeland. Looks up at the clock. Plenty of time. Turn shot from difficult 5 feet. And Mackey got caught up underneath him. And Caleb Williams, the Northwestern head coach, so upset he pirouettes down below us with fervor and fashion. Williams not happy, did a complete pirouette and then a little dance step to our left in frustration. Second on Mackey. 7th one against UNOH. Hegeland to the line for 2. First one, front rim short, rolls off. Taylor just 2 for 4 from the line tonight. UNOH 5 for 7. And the big man Mackey with those long arms, that wide frame has to exit as Kep comes in to replace him. We'll reset the lineups after the second Hegeland free throw, which he misses long off the back iron. Samora, Kep to go along with Mercer, Montez, and Lessing for UNOH. Taylor counters with Hubbard, who steals it. Now he races to the other end. Here goes Hubbard. Goes up, fouled on the take, and Mercer will be called for the foul. A smart move as everybody held their breath trying to watch the man who high jumped 6 feet 8 inches last year to win the Ohio State Individual Championship at Miamisburg, Ohio, and Miamisburg High School, trying to see if he might go up and rock the rim for the first time of his career. Instead, Hubbard will go to the line for 2 free throws on the first foul from Mercer, and the 8th one against UNOH. First one from Jason. Good. 3 points for him. Miranda exits and Degenkolb returns for Taylor. Eubank back in for UNOH, replacing Samora. 30-22 the Taylor lead. They have yet to get a double-figure lead tonight. Hubbard trying to make it 9, and does as he rattles in the second free throw. Timeout on the floor. Full timeout. Try to see by whom. Yep. Full timeout taken by Taylor. We'll take it with them. 3:09 to go in the first half. Taylor up 31-22 here, the home opener.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
TU shooting 42% from the field. They are 12 of 23 when you take out 3-point tries. There is 1 for 8 from downtown. Northwestern Ohio 31%. They are just 1 of 5 from distance. Rebounding numbers, Taylor, big advantage there, 26-14, including 8-2 on the offensive glass. UNOH with the ball. They go from left to right in red. Little floater short, rebounded by Hagelin on the miss from Montez. And here comes Degenkolb out and galloping right sideline. He'll hit the brakes, angling right down the middle, kicked into the corner for a wide open Evan Crow three that's just off the mark. Crow now 1 for 2 from distance. He has the only 3-point basket made by TU tonight. Mercer had the rebound. He ran all the way to the other end, and it hits the brakes on the right elbow. Driving in Eubank, baseline left. His shot recycled by Hagelin. It stays here with UNOH on Hagelin's first block of the night. .235 to go in the first. Taylor on top by 9. UNOH with the ball. Mercer, free throw line, step back, pull up, jump shot. No, long, and Hagelin's there for the rebound. Now Taylor will sprint once again. Degenkolb near sideline, right into the paint to the trailing Hagelin. Off to the attacking Robinson. Pass behind Degenkolb. He hauls it in with that left hand. Between the circles to Crow. Driving down the left side circle, gives off to Hagelin. Baseline left, long jump shot, no. Hubbard comes crashing in weak side, gets the miss, goes up through contact, misses it. Got his own miss, he rips it up again and puts it in with the right hand from the left side glass. Hubbard not just a leaper, he's a big, strong kid too. And Hubbard with 6, and Taylor takes their first double-figure lead. They lead 33-22. Less than 2 to go before halftime. Kep, baseline right against Hagelin, kicks out to Eubank. Then back to Kep again inside the arc at 10 feet. Baseline right goes up over Hagelin. That one halfway in and out. Hagelin taps it to himself, and Taylor rebounding every miss tonight for UNOH. Here comes Robinson galloping, dribbled it off of his foot, and out of bounds it goes back to the visitors from Ohio. Bailey Gardner in for UNOH. Miranda back in for TU, replacing Hubbard. So Taylor going with 3 guards here. And their best 3 guards, Miranda, Robinson, and Degenkolb. They can go end-to-end at a moment's notice. Crow, the sharpshooter, and the big fella Hagelin, who will guard Kep on the right elbow. A handoff to Lessing. Robinson guards him. Lessing over the shoulder. Robinson pulls up just inside the free throw line and hits his 3rd field goal of the night. 6 points for Lessing. And that cuts the Taylor deficit down to 9. 33-24 with 1:17 and counting here in half number 1. Robinson angling to the right side will give off to Degenkolb. Left side high, Miranda. They fell asleep on Robinson, and he just gets a pass late. Now they'll fire up a contested 3 off the back rim, and skying for the miss is Bailey Gardner. Ryan just 0 for 2 from 3-point range as Eubank will bring it up near sideline. Less than a minute to go here in half 1. Lessing spins, floats, hangs, and hits again. 4 in a row, or 4 straight points for Lessing. He's got 8. 1 off of Montez's team high, and a 4-point mini run here for UNOH brings them to within 7 with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. After UNOH has been quiet, they get a little life here. Degenkolb drives over through contact, missed, and a good straight-up play there by Northwestern Ohio's Kep. And then Degenkolb gets called for the reach-in as Eubank tried to take it up the floor. Second on Mason, the 9th one against Taylor, and a 1-and-1 upcoming here for Northwestern Ohio. .36 2/10 seconds left. Taylor head coach Josh Andrews still arguing looking for the foul call against Degenkolb before he was whistled for the reach-in. Eubank's first trip to the line. First one, front rim, no. Rebounded by Degenkolb again. That is the 32nd rebound of the first half for Taylor. Northwestern Ohio with just 18. About 5.5 seconds between game and shot clock, so Robinson will bounce between the circles to Hagelin. Taylor with the ball up 7, 33-26. One-hand bouncer, Miranda to Degenkolb, around a Hagelin screen, 15-foot right wing jump shot, clean. 8 for Mason Degenkolb, and now UNOH can hold for the final shot, down 9. 35-26, the score in half number 1. Montez near side around a screen, off-ball foul. It's a travel against Zach Montez, the freshman of Northwestern Ohio. And now Hubbard will return for Taylor with 4 6/10 seconds remaining before halftime. So Degenkolb will exit. It'll be Hubbard, Robinson, Miranda, Hagelin, and Crow to finish the final 4.6. Hubbard to the backcourt and Robinson with 3, with 2 to the front court. Robinson trying to go wall-to-wall, throws up through traffic and just missed it. And then Hubbard tried to dunk the miss, but he got caught a little bit underneath the rim, and that will be the end of our first half. At the end of 20 minutes, it's Taylor 35 and Northwestern Ohio 26 here in the season opener for both teams. We will now join our public address announcer, Tanner Huber, for tonight's Palms performance.
Edward Jones Financial, Tree One Bookstores and Retail Campus Store, Ivanhoe's, and BSN Sports for their support as corporate partners of the jerseys throughout the 2018-2019 year. We also have to thank our season sponsors, Rick's Pizzeria on Upland. Team Athletics appreciates their support. Now please turn your attention to the court for a performance from the TU Palm States team.
Decision-making is about so much more than where you spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. they become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit. Sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Back here inside Odell Arena, Rick Johnson with you. This is the BSN Sports Halftime Report. At the break, it's Taylor 35 and Northwestern Ohio 26 in the season opener for both ball clubs tonight. Taylor shooting 39% from the floor. They were shooting in the 40s and in the mid to high 40s for a good portion of that first half. They went just 1 of 10 from 3, and that's a common theme for both teams, the struggling from three-point land. Taylor normally a really, really good free throw shooting team ever since Josh Andrews took a hold of the team 5 years ago, as he's in his 6th season right now, but Taylor just 4 of 7 from the line here so far at 57%. Northwestern Ohio at 31% from the floor, 10 of 32. They're just 1 of 5 from three-point range, but they are 5 of 8 from the free throw line. The other big story outside of the struggles from both teams shooting the three is the dominance on the glass today by Taylor. They have out-rebounded Northwestern Ohio by 14, 32-18, including 10-3 on the offensive glass, but Taylor's only made those 10 offensive rebounds turn into 4 second-chance points. Taylor turned the ball over 9 times in the first half. Northwestern Ohio turned that into 6 points. The other big one as well, Northwestern Ohio turned it over 7 times. Taylor 0 points off of those 7 UNOH miscues in our opening 20 minutes. Neither team had a lot of assists, just 4 for Northwestern Ohio on their 10 baskets. Taylor with 5 on their 15 field goals. Blocks 4 for the Racers, 1 for TU. Steals just about even, 5 with UNOH, no one with more than 1. And Taylor had 3 with also no one more than 1. No double-figure scores in that first half, but Zach Montez tried his best. He had a game-high 9 in the opening 20 minutes. Nathan Lessing finished with 8 for UNOH. Mackey had 4. Mercer had 2. Same thing with Perez, who had to leave early, only played 4.5 minutes after picking up those 2 personal fouls. And Justin Kopp only had 1 point. Playing but not scoring in the first half, Eubank, Zamora, Golson, and Gardner for UNOH. Taylor played 9 men in that first half, all but 1 scored. They were led by Hegeland and Degenkolb, each with 8. Jake on 4 of 6 shooting, Mason on 4 of 11 shooting. Jason Hubbard in his college debut and his first career start had 6. He was 2 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 4 from two-point range, and also went 2 of 2 from the line. Ryan Robinson had 5, McLeod with 1, Evan Crow with a 3-point basket for his only scoring, Miranda and Boatin each with 2. Pena played in the first half, played just 4 minutes and 45 seconds, but did not score as he picked up 2 quick fouls. Leading rebounder in the first half was Jason Hubbard with 7, including 4 offensive boards. The leading assist man for Taylor was Ryan Robinson with 3. The leading assist man for Northwestern Ohio was Bailey Gardner with 2. And their leading rebounder with 5 was Justin Kep. So that'll do it for the BSN Sports Halftime Report. When we come back, it's time for the second half here from Odell Arena in the season opener between Northwestern Ohio and Taylor. At the break, it's TU 35 and UNOH 26 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Play that old song. You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You got to have the music that your listeners to listen to.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com. Second half about to begin here from Odell Arena. 5 starters back on the floor for Taylor and McLeod, Robinson, Hubbard, Degenkolb, and Hegeland. UNOH counters with their 4 starters, Lessing, Montez, Mercer, Mackey, and Eubank. Just underway, second half, Taylor with the ball, leading by 9. They've led by double figures once here earlier this evening. Degenkolb just inside the free throw line, elevates just off the front rim, missing it short. And then McLeod will get called for the off-ball foul, and that will be James's 3rd. Just 17 seconds into our second half. Taylor was whistled for 9 fouls in the first half. McLeod, Boatin, Pena, and Degenkolb had 8 of the 9, each with 2. And now McLeod, one of the better on-ball defenders for TU, has picked up his 3rd personal. And they mop up the sweat to our right. Taylor in new home white jerseys and shorts with purple numbers and purple letters spelling out Taylor on the front, trimmed in gold. Northwestern Ohio in the road red jerseys and shorts with white letters and white numbers. Their letters spell out Racers on the front, and they are all trimmed in black. First possession here for Northwestern Ohio. Montez, their leading scorer, stands on the near sideline. This is Mercer, left side circle, down low to Lessing. He's blocked from behind by Hegeland. But 30 seconds into this second half, Taylor has picked up 2 quick team fouls. And that's the first one on Jake, and that will send Lessing to the line for 2. Lessing 2 for 2 from the line in that first half. He had 8 first half points, trying to be our first double-figure scorer. But he'll have to wait as he misses the first one short, his first miss from the line tonight. We are missing our friends from the Taylor baseball team that normally occupy those first couple of rows. Second one missed by Lessing, and it's rebounded by the Trojans. So both teams empty on their opening possession. The baseball guys doing a little community service tonight, but they'll be back in their normal spots just in time. Robinson got caught in the air, somehow still dished it off to Degenkolb, sets those feet, goes back into the air, missed it, put back by McLeod, no, he gets his own miss, double team through 2 men and spins it in as McLeod muscled his way to put it home. First field goal for James McLeod, and Taylor in front by double digits by 11. Here's a steal on the other end by the Trojans. Robinson out and sprinting. Far sideline as Degenkolb walks behind him. Kept guards Robinson, near side McLeod, almost knocked away by Montez. Right wing inside the arc, Hegeland. Right side of the floor, backing the man down, trying to go against Mackey. Kicks out Degenkolb, steps into a 3 ball, and that one long, but straight on. And McLeod elevates in the air, and they call Montez for the foul. So Montez, the guilty man for Northwestern Ohio, for hooking McLeod, who was behind him as both went for the rebound. First on Montez, first against UNOH here in the second half. 1:15 in to half 2. Taylor up by 11, 37-26. Fresh 30 to work with. Into Robinson, spins away from pressure of Montez. Here's Robinson, pulls up left elbow, jump shot short, might have been blocked from behind. It'll bounce out of bounds, blocked by UNOH's Montez. And Taylor will stay with it as many eyes watch that ball bounce out of play. 24 seconds to shoot for the Trojans. Robinson will deal it in. Floating it in, left side high. The McLeod, he fumbles with it and is able to get it back. Right side arc, Hegeland outside the three-point area. One dribble and a handoff to Degenkolb right side. Into the free throw line, trying to go up and under. Will bounce mid-post right, Hegeland. 12 to shoot, Jake going to work. Slips and finds Hubbard for the left sideline. A 3 will just spin off, and it's rebounded by Montez. Hubbard 0 for 3 from long range. East team only with 1 3-point basket, and Montez races to the other end and gets called for a foul by our head official, Shane Staggs, tonight. Shane, one of the better referees in our league. And the first one against Ryan Robinson. That's Taylor's 3rd team foul. Not even 2 minutes gone here in half number 2. But Lessing bricked both free throws his first time here. But a soft flick of the wrist from Montez. No trouble at the line here on his first trip. He's got 10. He's our first double-figure scorer of the night. And there's the first points of the second half for Northwestern Ohio. And a little flick of the wrist. This one rattles off. And UNOH has missed 3 of their 4 free throw tries here in the second half. 10-point Taylor lead. McLeod holds up top. Now right side high to Hubbard as the Trojans shoot on the goal to our right. Lessing, near sideline. Degenkolb attacks. Got to the right elbow. Trying to go up and under. Denied by the 6'2 Lessing. Taylor swings it far side, and Hubbard whistled for the travel from the high left side as he tried to set up a one-on-one move. A slow start for both teams. Taylor with a field goal. UNOH has missed 3 of their 4 free throws. They only have 1 point here early on in the second half as both teams open up the season here this evening. Willis Mackey taking Hageland off the bounce, goes up, floats one in over both Hageland and the outstretched arm of Hubbard. 6 for Mackey after 4 in the first half. And UNOH down by single digits, down by 8, 37-29. 2.5 into half 2. Hubbard around the screen, goes up against Mackey, through contact. Oh, Hubbard glassing it in. Hubbard with 8. Taylor's fans look for a foul on the freshman. It will not come. Other end, floating it up. No, by Montez. And Taylor's fans scream for the foul on the other end that they thought was going to be against Hubbard as he was planted underneath the rim. And then Jason picks up a foul on the other end. 10-point Taylor lead, 39-29. Here's Montez back to the line where he just went 1 for 2. And this one good. 11 for Montez. Freshman from Pickerington, Ohio, playing in his first collegiate contest. He's got a 3-point bucket, 2 free throws, and let's make it 3. 12 for Montez, 3 here in the half, all from the charity stripe. And Taylor the other way, leading by 8, 39-31, and a 30-second timeout taken by Taylor head coach Josh Andrews. We will pause momentarily with 7:13 to go here in half 2 on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
UNOH has outscored Taylor 5-4 here in our almost first 3 minutes of the second half. And Taylor with the ball out of their own 30-second timeout. Degenkolb near sideline, guarded by Lessing. No changes to either 5 on the floor. The starters back out there for both sides. 39-31, the Taylor lead just past 3 minutes gone here in the second half. Hageland, the intended target on a low Degenkolb pass. That's the 11th turnover by Taylor tonight, and their second one here in the second half. Driving and traveling will be Mackey as he tried to go from the right wing. Mackey not happy with it, but his head coach Caleb Williams shows him what he did. And C.J. Pena comes in for the Trojans, replacing McLeod. So the first sub of the night of the second half will be the freshman C.J. Pena from Harvest Prep in Columbus. He's from Pickerington, Ohio. That Harvest Prep team, one of the better teams in Ohio's Division III a year ago. Pena hands off to Hubbard. Jason dribbling at the top. Handoff back to Hubbard from Hageland. Steps in, 15-foot, make it 18-foot, no. Rebounded in by Kep of UNOH. Or excuse me, make that number 33 Eubank. Montez left side high, down the lane, coming right in for a right-hand flip that rolls in and catches the back of the rim is Olsby Mercer. 4 points for him. And a little burst here from UNOH. They are now to within 6. On a 6-0 jaunt right now, a 6-2 little run. Hageland inside the arc right wing, defended by Mackey, turns and faces the basket. Backs him down, up top, Degenkolb fakes the 3, drives into the corner. Hubbard looking for his first collegiate 3, that one long, and it's hauled on the weak side by Mercer. Both teams struggling to shoot the 3 all the way to the other end. Montez lays it in with a right hand. 14 for Montez, and just like that, UNOH right back in it after trailing by double digits for the last handful of moments. They are to within 4, just over 4 minutes into half number 2. Taylor going from left to right in white. UNOH defends man-to-man in red. High middle screen, Pena. Robinson hands off to Degenkolb. Pena steps out, puts it on the deck, pulls up just inside the arc. Long 2, no good. Hageland tries to find it, still tapped in the air, and Mercer rips it out of traffic. 2-on-2 as Mercer weaves. Right side, inside the arc, goes up, head fake, stops, and floats it up top to Montez. Bullets one near side, Eubank, open 3 balls, spins off and rebounded by C.J. Pena. Each team only with 2 made 3-point baskets. Here's Robinson at the top. He wants his first 3, and that one missed badly off the right side of the rim, short by 13 in white. He's 0 for 3 from long range. 5 minutes into half 2, a 4-point Taylor lead. UNOH with the rock. Lessing right side around a screen, pulls up just outside the free throw line and rainbows that one in without it even touching the rim. Lessing with 10, Montez with 14, and UNOH to within 2. 39-37, a timeout taken by Taylor on the near sideline. 30-second timeout. We will pause momentarily with 14:47 remaining in the second half. Taylor's lead, which was once 10 in this half, is now down to 2 here on the Trojan Sports Network. Both teams shooting in the 30s. Taylor, though, trying to stop an 8-0 run here by Northwestern Ohio. And the newcomer, Vincent Miranda, comes right in and draws the reach-in foul on Isaac Golson Jr. And they'll take us to a media timeout. First on Golson, second on the half in the half against UNOH. 14:44 to go, half number 2, this media timeout. We'll take a break. Taylor up by 2, 39-37 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Miranda, Pena, Degenkolb, Watton, and Crow. So Degenkolb, the only starter out there for TU. Mackey's out there for UNOH. He's a starter. Same thing with Eubank. Lessing, a starter, guards Degenkolb around a screen. Left elbow extended, dribbling. With 11 to shoot, pulls up high in the air and draws a foul as Lessing got his hand on the forearm of Degenkolb. Right on the face of the bearded Mason Degenkolb. Excuse me. Second on Lessing, third against UNOH. And here's Degenkolb to the line, who was the best free throw shooter in the Crossroads League a year ago at 90.1%. And also was the third best free throw shooter in the country a year ago. This one hits the front rim and goes in for his first second half scoring. He has 9. And that stops an 8-0 run for UNOH, and he knocks down both. And Mason Degenkolb, the first double-figure scorer for Taylor here this evening. 4-point advantage for TU on those 2 big free throws from the All-American. 14:25 to go, half number 2. UNOH the other way. Eubank dribbles up top, defended by Crow in the man-to-man. A handoff to Golson. Perez, the other one out there for UNOH. So 3 of their 5 starters out there. Here's one of those starters in Mercer. Left side arc, a handoff to Eubank with 9 to shoot. Now 8. Eubank down the right side lane, goes up, and Watton will tap his shot away. And now Miranda will accelerate. 3 on 2, 2 on 3. Miranda doesn't care, but he threw it off the bottom of the rim as he tried to weave through red jersey defenders. Other way comes UNOH. Pena defends. Mercer pops and hits one from the left wing. Little stop and pop from Mercer after going 0 for 2 in the first half. He's gone 2 for 2 in half 2. He's got 6. And UNOH back to within a deuce, down 41-39. Degenkolb pulls up, 8-foot right wing jumper, no. Boatin rebound, yes. No one boxed out Boatin. That might be the easiest bucket he gets all season. And it's only game 1. And Taylor back in front by 4. 6.5 into half two. Lessing drives, left side lane, goes up, and Boatin smacks his shot off the glass. Here's Miranda, 3-on-3. Crow to his left. Crow calls for it. Miranda gives to Degenkolb, who fakes a three. Into the paint goes 15. Up to Crow, passes to the knees. Crow fires and misses the three ball short. Evan, the only made three for Taylor tonight. Trojans 1 for 15 from distance. UNOH not that much better. They're just 1 for 6. Thought about changing that was Golson. He drives and gets cut off on the baseline left by Boatin. Lessing ducked out of the way, and thankfully Mercer was behind him to haul in the pass for Northwestern Ohio. 7 minutes gone, half two. Perez with a moving screen. And no, they're going to get Pena for the foul as he tried to muscle his way through the much taller Ander Perez. And that's the third on Perez. Taylor head coach Josh Andrews really upset with that call on Pena, trying to argue that Perez was the one that was moving, trying to get in the way of Pena. Degenkolb exits, Robinson back in for Taylor. But Pena and McLeod, the true Trojans, with 3 personal fouls, and CJ will remain out there for TU. 4-point Taylor lead. Samora trying to get it in, floats it up top to Golson as Samora is coming off the bench. So there's 2 starters out there for Northwestern Ohio, Lessing and Mercer. Samora way outside from straight on. Left side circle, Mercer defended by Pena. Trying to step back from the right elbow, fakes it, goes up again on the reset, no good. Ball hits the floor, and Crow will chase it down for Taylor. Here's Robinson, far sideline, only red jersey's back. He'll hesitate and blow the doors off of Mercer and pull up from 8. Then it's soaring in is CJ Pena for a right-hand tap-in for his first collegiate bucket. CJ Pena can soar just like Hubbard, and now he's engaged on the defensive end with Mercer as he claps his hands. A handoff from Samora to Lessing, open at the top, and there's a moving screen against Perez. That's the big man's third for the 7-2 Spaniard. And the 4th one against Northwestern Ohio here in our second half. Kep will come off the Racers bench, and he'll replace he'll replace Perez. Perez, ironically enough, for a 7-2 man who transferred in from Southeast Oklahoma State, shot just 46% from the floor a year ago, a very low number for a man that's 7'2". Robinson inside the right wing. Pena holds high right side. Defended by Mercer between the circles. The Crow guarded by the shorter Lessing. Picks up the bounce. Now back to Pena near sideline. Robinson. He'll drive right in baseline. Heave it up with a right hand and float it home for 2. 7 for Robinson. There's Ryan's first second half points. And Taylor on a quick little burst here. 4-0 burst. Or excuse me, a 6-0 burst, and they're up 47-39 with 11:42 to go in the second half. Lessing in over Boatin, hits the front rim, just rolls off, tapped up and in off the glass by Kep as Boatin went off and left him to go try to defend. Taylor's lead back down to 6 as Robinson walks it up near sideline. Right hand dribble to the paint, goes through contact, throws it up over the glass. Taylor looks for a foul that won't come, and now here comes UNOH racing the other way with Samora. In spin shot, blocked from behind by Crow and out of bounds. And then Samora hops up and down, favoring that right ankle. He might have rolled it just by a little bit. Lessing out, Montez replaces him for Northwestern Ohio. Mackey back in for the Racers. He replaces Mercer. 25 to shoot for UNOH. They have the ball down by 6. All the way up top to Mackey. Off to Montez, who has 4 here of this second half. Or make it 5, excuse me. Pena knocks away, now he'll scoop it up. It's him on Crow. Here comes back help. Pena goes in, right hand finger roll, flips it home for 2. So 4 points for Pena after being plagued with foul trouble in the first half. Back-to-back buckets for the freshman from Ohio when he reestablishes an 8-point Taylor lead at 49-41. And Northwestern Ohio will take a full timeout. They have 2 fulls and 1:30 remaining with 10:53 to go in the second half. And Taylor leading 49-41 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland. and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
.10:53 to go in regulation. Taylor up 49-41. Northwestern Ohio with the ball out of the timeout. Golson will get in the near side. He's out there with Montez, Mackey Jr., Kep, and Eubank, who takes the inbounds pass just outside the center jump circle. Bouncing to Kep, left side circle. Pena guards him in the man-to-man. Slipping through an off-ball screen is Golson, a very emotional game. Mackey, right wing against Boatin. Gathers in, left-hand hook. No good, but he was fouled on the waist by Emmanuel Boatin. That's Emmanuel's third and the sixth one against Taylor here in this second half. And Hagelin will come back in to replace Boatin. Mackey to the line for two, where he was an exceptional free throw shooter a year ago, shooting 83% in his junior campaign. And the first one, perfect. 7 for Mackey. And Hagelin back in to replace Boatin. We'll set the Taylor lineup after the second free throw from Mackey. He made the first, and he will also make the second. A beautiful stroke for such a large man. Taylor's lead down to 6 at 49-43. It's Robinson, Hubbard, Pena, Hagelin, and Miranda. Robinson double team near side, picks up the dribble. Will bounce it baseline right to Hagelin. Left-hand dribble, got him into the paint, spins back baseline, trying to go up and over. His shot blocked out of bounds by Willis Mackey Jr. His third block of the night. And Taylor with it with 16 to shoot. The ball comes in baseline right with Robinson. 10:22 to go, half number 2. Pena into Robinson, a handoff. Turn the corner, Robinson, down the lane he goes, into the air, far sideline. There's Miranda for a 3. That's off the back iron. Taylor still cannot find anything from long range tonight. Vincent 0 for 2. Taylor 1 for 16 as a team. Driving in Eubank to the corner, open for a 3 is Golson, and he will finally hit one. Golson's first field goal after he missed his first 3. And just like that, it's a one-possession game with Taylor's lead down to 3, 49-46. Just a second made 3 by Northwestern Ohio tonight. Miranda takes the handoff from Pena to the free throw line, Hubbard. Eubank will guard him. Now outside to Miranda, far sideline with 13 to shoot. Miranda in the corner to Hagelin, high left side. Will give it off to Hubbard between the circles. Here's Miranda, open all night to shoot, and that's an air ball that's hauled in by Kep. So the shooting woes from deep continue for Taylor. An opportunity to tie or cut the deficit to 1 here for UNOH. Kep into the paint, trying to go up and under on Pena. Hands off, and a left-hand layup is good by the storming Willis Mackey. He's got 10. He's the third racer in double figures, and Taylor's lead down to 1. It's their smallest margin of leading since early in the first half. Robinson trying to get going, crossing over to his right. Double team comes, hesitates to the right double. Down low to Hagelin, knocked out of his hands. He gets it back. Double team. Miranda passes up a 3. Here's Robinson to spot. He's short, and it's rebounded by Mackey. Robinson 0 for 4 from distance, and now an opportunity for UNOH as Hubbard tried to poke it free near the timeline, and Jason called for his third personal foul, and that's the 7th one against Taylor, and it puts UNOH in the bonus with 8:54 remaining in the second half. James McLeod and Mason Degenkolb return for Taylor. CJ Pena and Vincent Miranda exit. 2 free throws for Tanner Eubank. He's 0 for 1 from the line tonight, still looking for his first points. The front end of a 1-and-1. Straight lines it in for his first points. Or first point, I should say, singular. Ties it at 49. And out comes Golson, who hit the 3 to make it a 1-point margin. This free throw here would give UNOH their first lead since they were up 13-11, and there it is. 50-49, the Northwestern Ohio lead as Eubank cans 2 big free throws here. Taylor looking for their first bucket in a long while. Their last bucket was at 49-41 that forced a Northwestern Ohio timeout. Since then, UNOH on a 9-0 gallop. Robinson around a screen to the right corner, and Degenkolb. He's the only Trojan in double figures with 10. Driving baseline right, fades away from 10, trying to will it in, not able to get it in. Fought on the floor, diving for his McLeod. He couldn't get it before it's snatched away by Eubank. Near side, UNOH floats it up high. Lessing hauls it in inside the right side arc. 8:21 to go in half number 2. Northwestern Ohio on a 9-0 run. They've taken their first lead of the second half, and they lead 50-49. Eubank just inside the timeline. McLeod waits for him. A bounce pass right side arc to Mackey Jr. with 7 to shoot. Into the paint, Kep. Head fake goes up, and an easy 2-point shot is good for Justin Kep. A little head fake got both Degenkolb and McLeod in the air, and it's now a 10-0 run for Northwestern Ohio. They've gone from down 8 to up 2 right now, or up 3, excuse me. Robinson attacks, his shot blocked out of bounds. Another block there for Mackey. That's his 4th or 5th. I think it's his 5th. He is a long guy at 6'8". 7:51 to go second half. Taylor looking for their first bucket in a long while. Trying to stop this 11-0 run by Northwestern Ohio. McLeod inside the right side arc, hands off to Hubbard. High left side, Degenkolb. Bouncing in mid-post left, mismatch. Degenkolb goes right at Kep, goes up and is fouled as Hegeland just abused the smaller Kep. First foul on Kep, 5th one against Taylor. Or should be 5th one against UNOH, excuse me. Crow back to the scorer's table for Taylor. Mercer back to the scorer's table for Northwestern Ohio. 2 free throws for Hegeland. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Last year, shot just 64% from the line. First one is up and perfect. 9 for Jake. He battled an illness this summer and towards the end of the second semester as Evan Crow returns, replacing McLeod. Kep out for UNOH. And this to make it a 1-point game as Taylor gets their first point in forever. And Hegeland will miss that one off the left side of the rim. So it remains a 2-point lead for Northwestern Ohio, up 52-50 with 7:35 remaining here in the second half. Eubank angles to the left. Crow switches on him off of the screen. Up top, Lessing. Robinson fights through a screen to defend. Lessing as Degenkolb switches on him. Far sideline, Montez guarded by the long Hubbard, and Montez traveled with it on the right sideline. Turnover number 12 by UNOH. The Trojans still have yet to score a point off of a Northwestern Ohio turnover. Taylor with 11 turnovers, and Northwestern Ohio has turned those 11 miscues into 8 points. Taylor could really use a point off of a turnover right now here in the worst way possible. Down by a deuce with almost 7 minutes to go in the second half. Degenkolb weaves against Mackey's shot is blocked, and then it gets wedged between the basket and the backboard. Alternating possession will send it back to UNOH. And a full timeout taken by the Taylor Trojans. 7:12 to go in the second half. Northwestern Ohio right now on an 11-1 run. They lead 52-50 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Northwestern Ohio shooting 9 for 15 here in the second half. Taylor shooting 6 for 27, and now the juice might be back here inside Odell Arena. The front row inhabited by the Taylor baseball team. They're back from their community service. They're loud, they're proud, and they've just taken their normal reserved, quote-unquote, unreserved seats right there in row 1. They walked right in, they sat right down. They know where to sit. And we'll see if that can help the Taylor men's basketball team get back into this one with UNOH with the Rock leading by 2 as we approach 7 minutes to go in the second half. Lessing high right side, inside the arc, mid-post right driving, going up and over Hegeland for 2, and that will dance off on a really aggressive, nice move by Mackey. Robinson can tie or take the lead. He accelerates, fumbles with the ball, then he's going to tackle Mercer as Ryan went in there uncontrolled through the paint. Just the second foul on Robinson, but that's the 8th one against Taylor, and a 1-and-1 upcoming here for Northwestern Ohio and Olsby Mercer. Olsby Mercer, excuse me. That was a fantastic move by Willis Mackey Jr. to drive hard, spin, and throw it up off the glass, but then he just had it rolled off. Shot rolled off. Hagelin out, Pena in. So there's length and shooting out there. Pena can really shoot the ball. Same thing for Crow, Degenkolb, and Robinson. A 1-1 here for Mercer. He's 2 for 2 tonight from the line, and he hits the first one. 7 for Mercer. 5 here in the second half. And Kep will come back in for Northwestern Ohio. He replaces Mackey. So Taylor brings in a little bit more speed and agility, and Northwestern Ohio gets Mackey out of there, and they bring in Kep to match it. Second free throw for Mercer, good as he bangs it in off the back rim. He's got 8, 6 here in the second half. And Taylor down by 2 possessions, down 54-50 with 6:45 remaining in the second half. Left sideline, Robinson as Taylor attacks the basket to our right. Crow high left side, Northwestern Ohio in the man-to-man defense. Hubbard takes him right, takes the man right to the rack, throws it up, and he was tripped. They'll call the foul on the floor. Mercer perplexed by the foul as his feet got tangled up with Hubbard. Second on Mercer. That's the 6th one against Northwestern Ohio. And a nice little aggressive move there from Hubbard. Shot clock resets to 20 as Robinson will get it in baseline right with his team down 4. Thought about lobbing to the goal, and Hubbard instead floats it up top to Degenkolb, who snatches between the circles. Left hand bounce, now crossing over to his right hand down the right side of the lane. Stops, mid-post right, pivoting on that right foot. Will float it outside, near sideline. Robinson with 10 to shoot. Pena left side screen, Robinson crossing over to his right, floating, angling, glossing, Robinson 2 more. 9 for Robinson, 4 in the second half, and Taylor back to within 2. 54-52, 6:12 to go second half. Mercer off to the far sideline and Eubank. Left side circle is Lessing, near sideline to Montez. To the corner, thinking about it through as Mercer puts it on the floor, got into the paint, and off to Montez, who went galloping through, and then it's Pena who draws a charge off the ball. It's against Mercer. That's his 3rd. And that gets Pena juiced. That gets the guys across from us juiced. 7th one against UNOH, both teams in the penalty. And now Taylor with another opportunity to tie or take the lead back. Their last lead came at 49-48 after the front end of a 2-shot trip to the line for Northwestern Ohio. They have yet to lead since. Just 3 points since that mark. Hubbard high left side. Mercer guards him. Taylor down 2. Mercer knocks it out of Hubbard's hands. Ryan will get it. And then did he dribble on the far sideline? He did. Hubbard took his eyes off of it for the moment. Then Mercer slapped that ball into the air. Robinson almost was able to gallop on the far sideline and snatch it away. But it looks like he dribbled it out of bounds, and Mercer will get it in right at midcourt. 5:47 remaining in the second half. Taylor down by 2. Northwestern Ohio with the ball. They go from right to left in red. Eubank will bounce off to Mercer, right side arc. He'll fire away from 3 and hit it. Mercer, a 44% three-point shooter a year ago, a 41% three-point man for his career, and just the 3rd made 3 tonight for the visitors has given them a 5-point lead, 57-52. Hubbard, Mercer gives him space. Oh, Mercer almost knocks it out of his hands again. Mercer dives on the floor. Hubbard knocked down. Lessing will pick it up. Degenkolb hustles back, knocks it out of Lessing's hands, and they'll stay here with Northwestern Ohio. But great hustle there by Degenkolb to get back as Mercer has now picked the pocket of Hubbard twice. He'll exit in place of Miranda. Hagelin back in to replace whom? Pena. And they'll quickly get Mackey back in for UNOH as well to counter the big man Hagelin. And so Kep out. So anytime Hagelin comes in, Mackey's right there to match him for Northwestern Ohio. A high inbounds pass to Mercer, mid-post left, trying to back down Crow. Shoulder shake, fadeaway jump shot off the back of the rim, rebounded by Robinson. Then Mercer almost poked it free. He has to be careful to not get called for the foul. Whipping it, Miranda, Crow, three-point try, no! Tapped into the air and rebounded by Lessing as Taylor's three-point shooting woes continue. They're now just 1 for 19 from three-point range. Less than 4 to go, and an off-ball foul against Willis Mackey as he uses off-arm against Hagelin, and then he covers his arms over his hand, and again, it's head coach Caleb Williams to correct him on what he did wrong. Each time that Mackey has disagreed with a call, his head coach Caleb Williams is right there to point out why he was whistled for the foul. 8th foul against Northwestern Ohio. Taylor with the ball back, down by 5 with 4:50 to go in the second half. Degenkolb right side circle. Lessing gives him his right hand. A little shoulder shake and drive. Degenkolb floats it over Mackey, rattles it in for a good bucket. First scoring in a long time for Degenkolb. He's got a team-high 12, and Taylor makes it a one-game possession again at 57-54 as we hit 4:30 to go in the second half. Eubank right sideline. Lessing around a Mackey screen. Lessing goes in, goes up, missed the shot, and they get Degenkolb for the reach-in foul. Third one against Mason, the 9th one against Taylor here in this second half. Taylor students across from us not happy with the call for obvious reasons. And here's Lessing to the line. He's 2 for 4, but he missed his last 2 free throws. A 2-shot trip here, and now he's missed 3 in a row, and he is really upset with himself. A 75% free throw man a year ago. And Taylor would really like it if Lessing could make it 4 straight misses from the line. It would keep the game at a 3-point margin. Lessing sets and fires, and he does not abide to Taylor's wishes. He switches that one. 3 for 6 from the line, 11 points for Lessing, and it moves the game back to a 2-possession contest. At 58-54 with 4:20 and counting here in the second half. Degenkolb fires from 3 right side circle. No, and the rebound weak side by Hegeland. Back to Degenkolb, baseline right, 2 defenders marking him. Mason attacks left hand into the paint, draws 3 men. Miranda passes up a 3 and goes baseline left, and then he dribbles the ball off of his foot and out of play. 15th turnover by Taylor tonight. And the previous 14 have led to 11 points for Northwestern Ohio. Taylor has looked all out of sorts here after that big 10-0 run, or what did it actually get to? It actually got to an 11-0 run for Northwestern Ohio when they took that 52-49 lead. Traveling on the other end, Mackey, another walk by the big man. Still a 4-point game, still plenty of time to work with 3:50 to go in half 2. And now the Taylor students are really starting to give it to Mackey. Robinson will angle to the near side, being marked by Golson, who came in during the timeout. Handoff from Crow to Miranda, bouncing into Degenkolb. Mackey on him. Tight. Degenkolb fades away from the left block. No, and there's a rebound. And it's almost knocked away, but getting his arms on it was Mackey, and he almost took Crow's arm with him as Evan got his arm tangled in there. Mercer, Mackey, left side circle 3. That one's off. Degenkolb almost got it. Golson tries to save, and he steps on the baseline. And now Degenkolb holds that left hand as Golson came flying in from the top of the key and almost kept the ball here with UNOH. Timeout on the floor. Timeout taken by Northwestern Ohio. It will be a full timeout. That leaves them with a 30 and a full. Taylor has 2 fulls left. With 3:23 to go in the second half, Taylor will have the ball out of the timeout, trailing Northwestern Ohio by 4, 58-54 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
So 3:23 to go in the second half. Taylor with the ball out of the Northwestern Ohio timeout. They have a 30 and a full timeout left. Taylor with 2 fulls. Crow, Robinson, Miranda, Degenkolb, and Hegeland, the Taylor 5. Colson, Mackey, Mercer, Lessing, and Eubank, the 5 to counter for Northwestern Ohio. Taylor attacking the basket to our right. They trail by 4. Miranda around a high middle Hegeland screen, got into the paint. Does Miranda into the air, far sideline. Degenkolb drives to the right hand, out to Crow to make it a 1-point game. He fakes a 3. Robinson to make it a 1-point game. That one just off the left side of the rim, and the 3-point shooting misery continues. Taylor just 1 for 21 from long range, and Robinson, one of the best 3 shooters in the league, is 0 for 5 tonight. Montez back in with a game-high 14 points. He replaces Golson. Under 3 minutes to go here in half number 2. UNOH with the ball in a 4-point lead. Taylor needs to stop here badly. Mercer left side circle. Crow giving him space. Here's Lessing right side circle. Mid-post right, Mackey pulls from 8 feet, and he's good again. He has been just automatic at times From there, he's 5 for 10 from the floor. Mackey with 12, and Taylor down 6 with 2:30 to go in regulation. Degenkolb left side high, fakes a 3, jabs, pulls from 3. Banks that one in off the window. Just the second made 3 by Taylor, and Degenkolb's first triple makes it a 1-possession game as he glasses that one in from 3-point distance. 2:13 to go second half, Taylor down by 3. Mackey gets it, hands off to Montez, guarded by Degenkolb. The chant is defense from the Taylor fans. Mercer backing away, now gets the bounce pass from Montez. 2:01 to go second half, shot clock at 9. Eubanks wants to take it himself. Tries to shove away from Miranda, and he does! And that sends the Taylor students to their feet across from us as Eubanks' third personal foul on a shove-off on Miranda. And Taylor gets the ball back, down 3 with 1:55 in regulation. McLeod back in to replace Miranda. So the 4 of the 5 starters out there for Taylor. Crow the only non-starter. 1:52 to go second half of the season opener. Taylor with the rock down 3. Degenkolb wants to tie it. Does in front of his own bench. And then Degenkolb does a little dance and lets everyone know just how bad he is. 98 seconds left in regulation. We're knotted at 60. And now this place comes back to life. Lessing. This is Mackey jabbing, pulling, shooting, missing, and a foul against Lessing as he pulled Degenkolb to the court. Third one on Lessing. He can't believe it and looks for an explanation that will not come from his teammates down below us. That's the 10th one against Northwestern Ohio. Taylor in the bonus. And now with 2 free throws with 86 seconds left, Taylor with an opportunity to take their first lead in what feels like eons. And now Lessing still trying to get an explanation, and they will all be banished, he and his teammates, down to the either side of the lane for these 2 free throws from the best free throw shooter in the Crossroads League a year ago and the 3rd best free throw man in the country. Degenkolb just hit a 3 to give Taylor the tie the game at 60. 2 free throws here for the lead. First one rolls in. Yep, got it. 19 for Degenkolb, and Taylor with their first lead since they were up 49-48, which again feels like forever ago. 61-60, 62-60. 20 for Degenkolb, 12 in the second half, and he's on a 5-0 run by himself. 2-point game, Taylor up 62-60 with 82 seconds left in regulation. Here's Eubanks. Right side high, Montez around the screen, down the lane, up, and we're tied at 62 as Montez goes right off of the big screen from Mackey and ties us at 62 with 70 seconds left. Robinson will walk it ahead as we have 65 seconds left in regulation. Robinson off a high middle screen from McLeod off to Degenkolb. He scored Taylor's last 5. Crow holds and hands off to Robinson. 55 seconds left. Degenkolb, free throw line, pins, fakes, fades away, shoots, misses short, and it's rebounded by Mercer. 49 seconds left. Taylor will get the ball back. Enough time between game and shot clock. Just about 20 seconds or so. Game tied at 62 with 39 seconds left. The chant is defense from the Taylor students across from us. Montez around a screen. He just scored to tie it. Fade away. 18-foot shot is clean. And Montez with 18 gives UNOH a 2-point lead. Game and shot clock just about identical. Robinson to the front court. A timeout called. It'll be a full timeout. Montez with a team-high 18 points, 9 here in the second half, but none bigger than the last 2 buckets to tie the game at 62 and give UNOH what is right now a 64-62 lead. We'll see what Taylor cooks up out of the timeout, down by 2 with 27 3/10 of a second remaining in regulation. The shot clock sits at 27 seconds as well.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Taylor down to 64-62, 27 3/10 of a second left in regulation. Shot clock sits at 27 seconds. McLeod will get it in. Taylor with one more timeout if they want it. Between the circles, Robinson bounces off to Degenkolb, who's led Taylor back here. Degenkolb drives right around Lessing, pulls up to tie it with a 2, rolls out and falls with 17 seconds left. A timeout left for UNOH. They want to take it. They'll jog calmly to the front court, and they'll call the timeout with 11.9 seconds left here in regulation. A full timeout for Northwestern Ohio. That leaves them with none. We'll take a break again, and we'll see what UNO has up their sleeve for the final play of regulation. With a game tied at 64, the season opener for both teams here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Out of the timeout, Northwestern Ohio with none. Crow, McLeod, Degenkolb, Watnu comes in, and Robinson. Montez, who has the last 4 for UNOH. Lessing will get it in. Mercer, Mackey, and Eubank, they're 5 starters. 64-64, 11.9 left. They get it into Eubank. 10 off to Montez, who's got them to this point. Lessing with 7, with 6, with 5. Here's Montez with 4, with 3. Fades away from 10 feet. A rainbow is good with 3/10 of a second left. Degenkolb from the other end of the floor, and Montez scores the last 6 points for Northwestern Ohio, and they win 66-64 here tonight. Montez mobbed by his teammates on the other end of the floor as he hits the fadeaway game winner. He finishes with 20, 11 in the second half, including the last 6 in a row for Northwestern Ohio, to give them a 62-60 lead, to put them up 64-62, 64-6, toward the last 6, and he wins it 66-64 tonight. Taylor suffers a tough one here as Montez, the freshman in his first college game, put on a show. We'll talk about it more here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show when we come back from this commercial break.
Play that old song. You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to open her. You got to have the music that you listeners listen to.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics. It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Ivanhoe's post-game show for the first time after a Taylor men's basketball game this season, and the game-winning shot there by Zach Montez, who finishes with a team-high 20 points. He was 8 of 12 from the floor, including going 4 of 8. He was 4 for 4 in the second half. He had all 4 of those second-half shots. He scored the last 6 points for Northwestern Ohio, including the game winner. Taylor got behind, Taylor led early, led by double figures for most of the way. Then an 8-0 run by Northwestern Ohio made it 39-37. Taylor would battle back, but then it would be a Northwestern Ohio run. After Taylor went up 41-39, that would kind of be when 41-37, the Trojans would then get outscored over the next handful of minutes by a 15 to, trying to do math in my head here, I apologize, so they lead 47-41, or 47-39, so they went, UNOH counted on a 13-2 run before Taylor got a free throw to make it 52-50. The Trojans would continue to battle back. They tied the game at 60 on what would be just their third three-point basket of the night. So the Trojans shot 23 from behind the arc. They'd go in front 61-60, and then 62-60 on 2 free throws by Mason Degenkolb as he went on a personal 5-0 run, hitting the 3 and then the 2 free throws. Our ball game would get tied at 62 apiece. 62, 62, 64, 62. Then Degenkolb would make it 64-64 on a jumper. And then with about 11 seconds left, they gave the ball to Montez, who had scored, as we mentioned, their last 6. He had the fadeaway jumper from the left wing inside the arc, baseline left, about 12 or so feet out. rainbowed it in, not bad for your first collegiate game for the freshman from Pickerington, Ohio. Montez's jumper with 0.3 seconds left wins the game tonight for Northwestern Ohio. A tale of two halves. Both teams struggled to shoot the ball in that first half. UNOH shot 31% in the first half, Taylor at 39%. In the second half, Northwestern Ohio shot 58% from the field and was 2 of 4 from three-point range. Taylor, meanwhile, struggled to shoot the ball all night. They shot just 29% from the field in the second half and went just 2 of 13 from behind the arc after halftime. For the game, Taylor shot 34% from the floor. They were just 3 of 23 from behind the arc for 13%. And normally a really good free throw shooting team, they got there just 13 times tonight. They made 9 of them for a 69% clip. For Northwestern Ohio, they finished shooting 43% from the field, 33% from 3, as they went 3 of 9 from distance. They went to the line 22 times. They made 15 of them for 68%. Rebounding numbers, Taylor dominated that all night. They dominated at halftime. They out-rebounded Northwestern Ohio 32-18 at the half. They finished the game out-rebounding them 51-38, including 19-5 on the offensive glass. But Taylor had just 8 second-chance points, and the normal kind of barometer you want on your second-chance points is a point for every second chance, or for a point for every offensive rebound. Taylor less than half of that tonight, only 8 second-chance points on 19 offensive rebounds. Turnovers also a big story. Taylor turned it over 15 times. It led to 11 Northwestern Ohio points. Northwestern Ohio turned it over 16 times, one more than Taylor, but the Trojans only able to score 5 points off of those miscues by Northwestern Ohio, including all of those 5 points in the second half. 7 blocks for UNOH tonight. Mackey led the way with 4. Taylor had 4 blocks tonight. Emmanuel Blatton with 2. 8 steals for Northwestern Ohio, 5 for Taylor. And the Trojans' ball movement really died after halftime. They had just 8 assists in the entire game, 3 after halftime, 8 on their 26 made field goals. UNOH was not much better. They had just 9 assists on their 24 field goals, and they had just 5 after halftime. We'll take a break and come back and take a look at the individual stats here on the Ivanhoe postgame show. Zach Montez, the freshman for Northwestern Ohio, with a game winner tonight. He scores the last 6 for UNOH, and they win tonight by a final of 66-64 in the season opener for both teams. We're back with more on the Ivanhoe postgame show after this commercial break. Back here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show, Rick Johnston now joined by the head coach of the Trojans, Josh Andrews. And Josh, obviously a tough one tonight. You and I were kind of going through the box score here together before we came back. How do you try to describe this one? I know it's probably tough to try to find it. 3-point shooting was off all night. It looked like your guys just couldn't find a rhythm here this evening against UNOH.
Yeah, they did. I credit them. They did some really good things. They came prepared in our gym tonight. They iced or down those ball screens. They keep us on one side of the floor. We were well prepared. We expected that and how we wanted to combat that. And at times we just had errant passes that were maybe a little bit inexplicable and shots not going. And once shots didn't go, we had guys passing on good looks, so timing was off, and it just kind of snowballed. That's certainly not the way we would have scripted the outcome or even the game for our guys.
You guys go 3 of 23 from the three-point arc, normally an excellent three-point shooting team. You guys also only got to the line 13 times tonight. Was that the free throw attempts? Was that more due to trying to battle back and trying to get those long shots that are, the shots that are worth 3 instead of attacking the rim like you might have if the game was a little bit closer or if you were ahead?
Sure. No, I think we wanted to get downhill big time the way they combat ball screens. They're pretty tough at guarding you one-on-one. We didn't get a lot of stuff free to the rim. When we did, they did a good job contesting. I thought there were a handful of calls that maybe could have gone that way, but they blocked 7 shots, and they altered numerous more. So we wanted to get downhill and play. We thought, we thought Mackey did a great job defending in the post one-on-one. So they were willing to let us play one-on-one. I don't know if we're at the place in the post right now where we're going to win that game just out of the post. So we needed free-flowing basketball and shot making and playing from there. When you're making shots, now all of a sudden you become a better driver because the closeouts get tighter. But it just snowballed. So they were able to close out short, and our guys were losing a little confidence. Just a tough one to analyze.
You turned it over 15 times tonight. They turned it over 16, but you're only able to get 5 points off of those turnovers. I mean, I know it's a lot of the same answer, but it's kind of a lot of scratching your head right after the home opener and the season opener here tonight.
Yeah, they made big plays when they needed to. We stayed with it. We are a team that thrives on making shots. Maybe the bright spot is we didn't shoot worth anything, and our guys fought and battled and did some good things defensively. They made one more play than us, and Montez made a tough shot there to win the game, and it's the way it goes sometimes. We've got a lot of areas we can get better, and certainly we're going to shoot the thing better than that.
Well, it doesn't get any easier. You're at number 7 Cornerstone Friday, then you stay in the tournament. You play number 5 Indiana Tech, so you really get a good test against a really big and really long team here tonight in Northwestern Ohio, and then obviously two top 7 teams this weekend.
Sure. You know what? We'll take them. We'll bring them on. Our guys got to get better. We got to regroup, and there's a lot better version of this team that'll show up. We just need some more time together. And I did think a couple of our young guys came in and had some real bright spots. I guess some areas they can grow, but it's first game and getting out some jitters, and we'll have a better brand of Taylor basketball coming up. We just need some time together.
Josh, thanks for the time. We'll talk to you down the road.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it.
That's head coach Josh Andrews joining us here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. We're back to wrap it up right for this. Yep.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Back here one final time here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. Rick Johnston with you. We'll dive into the individual box score and the scoring and rebounding numbers here really quick. Northwestern Ohio, the winners tonight, 66-64. Their leading scorer was the man who carried them down the end of that contest. He scored their last 6 in a row, including the game winner. It's the freshman Zach Montez, who finished with a team-high 20 points on 8 of 12 shooting, including going 4 of 4 from the floor in the second half. He also knocked down his only 3. He also was 3 of 4 from the line tonight. 3 other men were scored in double figures. Willis Mackey Jr. had 12 on 5 of 11 shooting, and Nathan Lessing, along with Olsby Mercer, each had 11. Tanner Eubank had 2. Samora had none. Laji Samora, no points on 0 of 3 shooting. Isaac Golson had 3. Bailey Gardner, none. Justin Kep, 5. And Ander Perez, with 2. He was played with foul trouble all night, had 3. He only played 7 minutes. The leading scorer for Taylor was Mason Degenkolb with 22. He was the only man in double figures. Mason 8 of 24 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3, and a perfect 4 of 4 from the line. Ryan Robinson had 9. Jake Hagelin had 9. Jason Hubbard in his college debut had 8. James McLeod had 3. Evan Crow had 3 off the bench. Vincent Miranda 2 off the bench. Emmanuel Boatin had 4. And C.J. Pena in his college debut had 4. The leading rebounder for Taylor was Hagelin with 8. Hubbard also had 7, but he had no rebounds. After halftime, Ryan Robinson also had 6. Same with Boynton, who also had 6, and Miranda had 5, as Taylor out-rebounded UNOH tonight by a final of 51-38. Leading rebounder for Northwestern Ohio was Oldsby Mercer. He had 8. Tanner Eubank had 7. Justin Kep also had 7 tonight for Northwestern Ohio. Assist numbers not big. No one with more than 2 for UNOH. Robinson led the way for Taylor with 3. Blocks, 7 for Northwestern Ohio. Willis Mackey had 4, and the Trojans only had 4. They had 4 blocks. Emmanuel Boynton had 2. So a tough one for TU to take tonight. They fall by a final of 66-64. They are back on the road, as we mentioned, at the Cornerstone Classic. They take on number 7 Cornerstone Friday night at 8 o'clock. They're the 7th-ranked team in the country. And they take on Indiana Tech Saturday at 3 p.m. They're the 5th-ranked team in the country. Taylor will also take on number 2 IU East on November 13th. They're at Miami of Ohio on the 5th of November, at IUK on the 7th, at Governor State on the 10th, and then at IU East on the 13th, before returning back here to Odell Arena to take on Wright State Lake on November 15th. And then they'll open up Crossroads League play here at home the Tuesday before Thanksgiving on November 20th. So a lot of road games here through the month of November for Taylor. They're back here for practically the entire month of December outside of their road trip to Huntington early there in December, on December 4th. We say thanks to Emily and Michaela, our camera operators and producers tonight. And as always, the executive producer of the Trojan Sports Network is Cameron Andry. Once again, our final score here from Upland, Indiana and Odell Arena is Northwestern Ohio 66 and Taylor 64 here on the Trojan Sports Network. This has been a presentation of Taylor Men's Basketball. Good night from Upland, Indiana.